Hey guys, this is Deal here, and I felt like making this would be one of my first video in a while, and what a better chance than now that there's a lot of rumors going on about BioWare adding Warzone Arenas into the game. Uh, I personally think that this is a great idea if implemented right. A lot of people have been asking for this for a long time, including myself. And because right now, if you think about it, the only option that you have if you're a really hardcore PvPer and you care about competition, the only other option is WoW. There's really no other game that provides, uh, or maybe League of Legends, but that's a different game style altogether. So when it comes to MMOing, the only option that you have right now is WoW, and that's about it. Um, but if Star Wars, starts to delve into this um, in, into this type of PvP, then I think it's only going to do great things for the game. It's going to attract a lot of players from WoW. Um, I know personally that it will attract a lot of my friends that play WoW only because of the arenas, the arena system that they have. Even though they don't really like it much, there's class imbalance like in every game. At least it's gonna further up their options, open up more options for them. So it's definitely going to be nice. However, I think, and this is gonna be a lot of opinion-based talk. There's a lot of things that they should do um, before they implement this, and I myself wrote a couple of ideas down that I would like to share with you. I hope that the devs take a look at this video because honestly, I think that the ideas are pretty good and they'll be extremely helpful for them. The first one is to make arenas not something necessary. It's just completely optional. You will get bragging rights. It's not gonna help you do better in PvP war zones, regular war zones. Like it's not gonna give you better gear. WoW does this, and it's extremely frustrating to have to grind arenas against fully geared teams just so that you can be competitive in the same arenas, and at the same time you can be competitive in the other forms of PvP that the game has. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't be like that. Um, but if you give them bragging rights like titles, mounts, color patterns, and stuff like that other people will not have access to, then that will motivate people to hey, look, I run arenas and this is my rating, because that's really what all PvPers care about. It's how much better I am than you are. That's the driving factor that arena players have. I just want to make sure that people know that I'm better than you. And with gear and mounts and stuff like that, that will definitely promote that. And that's not bad. It's not a bad thing. If I'm better than you, I think that you should know it. You should know it because I put a lot of work into the game. I put a lot of effort, and but I don't think that because I'm better than you, I should be given more tools to be better than you in the first place. That would be unfair to the people that are not so good, because they already have this advantage of just not being good at PvP. Um, so when it comes to maps, for example, I just hope that they make maps flat, as simple as they can. I swear to God, all I need is a freaking map, a square, a circle, a rectangle, whatever, with 4 pillars, 3 pillars, 2 pillars, 1 pillar, so that I can LOS. And that's it. I don't need elevations. I don't need ramps that are going to take me up and down. I don't need things that are going to teleport me back and forth. I don't need anything. All I need is something that will allow me to create a strategy based on what I have, not what the map has. And pillars are the best thing because range classes can LOS and melee classes can LOS range at the same time. So that adds to a level of adds another layer of difficulty to the game that will not completely break the match due to environment. So that's another thing that I would hope, please hope the devs consider very seriously. Um, The other one that I think the game would need, I don't think class balance is an issue right now. To be honest, every class is viable in PvP. I've seen mercenaries that are said to be bad do extremely well in PvP. Same with sorcerers. You got the snipers, you got your warriors. You can take any advanced class and it'll have a tree that's fit for PvP. Now, there's going to be people that say, oh, but my madness is not fit for PvP. It's impossible to be able to level all three trees to be viable on a specific task. There is no game that I know of that has every single tree viable for every single class, for every single game type. It just doesn't happen. You go to any WoW forum, any WoW server, and people will ask, what is the best PvP viable spec? And as of right now, every single advanced class in this game has a PvP viable spec. Some have two, um, and which is great. But at least every single advanced class does have a PvP viable spec. So I don't think they need any work with that. To be honest, maybe a little tweaking here and there, like operative roles. I think, but I don't want to get into that. Like the balancing can come after. They just need to get the meta right. The other thing that they need to do is that they need to add a debuff. I think whenever someone pops the PvP break, like the PvP trinket, they need to add a debuff so that we can tell when that person when their trinket is going to go on cooldown. The reason I say this is because in um, organized high-level PvP, it's not a matter of how much damage you can do or how hard you hit. It's more of how long can you have someone do what you want them to do. And CC helps a lot in that. You can force people to use their CC breaks. You can force people to use certain attacks depending on how you're controlling them. And CC, to be honest, I think that this game has a right. I'm not a fanboy by any means. You can take a look at the threads that I've posted on the forums. BioWare has done a lot of things that have pissed me off. They pushed me away for a couple months, and then I decided to come back because I got tired of WoW Arenas. I needed something different. Then I like Star Wars, so by no means I'm a fanboy. I do think that Star Wars has a lot of things right, and I just want to elaborate on those. Make sure that the devs get it right, because I know for a fact that if they get this right, PvP is going to be so nice. It's going to attract so many competitive people, so many people that love competition, and I'm here to compete. So I just want to help them out. So the debuff, that would be a nice thing. That would be a quality of life change that would be amazing for arenas. Now the other thing is that I would disallow respecking within the arena. No respecking. Like, you go in as a healer, you stay as a healer throughout the war zone. I mean throughout the arena, I'm sorry. You cannot respect. That's another limit. That's a limitation that I would add. I would also think about limiting the use of items like grenades, adrenals. Like, have them be used in war zones or rated war zones, but not arenas. Make sure that in arenas it's only the class's abilities that you can use, and stuff like that. The other thing that I would take out from that I would add actually that I would add and take out from the original concept of arenas is to add respawns. Like, give each team maybe a set amount of respawns. Let's say you have a 5v5 or 4v4 bracket. Then you allow one person to respawn once. So a team gets 4 respawns. Now the reason I would add this is because I'm gonna see a lot of teams. We're gonna see a lot of teams done with nothing but infiltration shadows, for example. And 4 shadows will kill you right off the opener. I don't think. Maybe if you're lucky enough, you can throw a mess that will help you. But the advantage of stealth, it's just gonna be freaking amazing. And the way that you counter that is by adding a respawn. So they will have to be careful on what they do. Maybe not all of them will spawn at the same time, because then they give away their positioning. You can throw some dots on them, and then they don't have cleanses. So it'll make sure that the fights are balanced, because you have to account for the fact that a person that you kill is a person that can come back to life again, and they know what you're doing so they can counter that. I think if they add this, it'll be amazing for the meta uh, that revolves around arenas. WoW arenas does not have this. Now in WoW, this doesn't happen very often. Like the health pools that you have, it's extremely amazing. I'm sorry, I'm comparing this to WoW a lot, but it's WoW is the only other game that has arenas, so I don't really that I myself have played, so I don't really know what other games to compare it to. But anyways, so yeah, add some respawns. Make sure that the maps are flat with just pillars. You can make them white. They don't even need to look pretty. Seriously, all we need is a flat map with pillars so that we can advance, and that's it. Put a time limit on the arenas too. Make them 15 minutes. We really don't want to fight a team more than 15 minutes. And if the fight stays for last 15 minutes, then whichever team you can explore on this. Maybe you can have it so that the team that died the least wins, or maybe just make it a tie. That's it, just a tie, and give both teams the average amount of points that they would have gotten um, if 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 either one would have won or something. I don't know. Just we can play around with this, but the whole point of this is to make sure that the devs know that we want this. Like we really do. This can do nothing but help the game as of right now, because in all honesty, PvP has seen no love for the past 7 months. That's a long time for no new content, and we're getting bored. Like a lot of my friends don't play this game anymore because it is not a secret that devs don't show any care for PvP. It's very frustrating. But adding arenas, I think it's gonna be a step forward, and it'll bring a lot of people back if you get it right. So anyways, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna maybe whenever I think of a new idea to add, I'm going to definitely post it around so that to help the devs. I really want to help it. I really want to see this game succeed. Not because, like I said, it's not because I'm a fanboy. I'm really not. I just want competition. I want people to have an option. Because right now, if you want arenas, all you can do really is to go to that other game, whose name who, which name I won't pronounce anymore because I've said it too much. Um, but yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'm sure that as a community, um, I don't know how many people play this game, but let's say 100,000 PvPers or maybe 10,000 PvPers, whatever. 10,000 PvPers think better than freaking one PvP developer. So yeah, let's keep the ideas coming, guys. Let me know what you think. Maybe you agree with some of the stuff that I said. Maybe you don't. I really want to know what you think. And let's just hope that this idea pulls through. I'm really excited for arenas.